it's not necessarily what we have in common here. It's we come to learn and we have that in common. So it's not really religion that we talk about because that's not what's relevant.
Maybe, yeah, I would agree. Because not everyone is part of the same religion, and also because not everyone is part of any religion, it's not really something that's always relevant.
Religion is definitely one of those kind of soft topics where you got to really be careful about what you say and how you say it. So I think it's not that we don't talk about it, I think it's just that everyone's kind of careful about it.
It's a pretty touchy topic, and it's really personal. And I think people practice it really different ways. And so the way one person might practice their religion might be very different than how someone else practices the same religion. And it might lead to some awkward situations.
No.
Not really, actually. Just that's not really something that comes up.
No, I don't. You just got to be really, really careful about how you talk about it and how people are going to take it. I could be sitting at a table and there could be like 7 different religions at one table.
I personally haven't because I'm Jewish and I'm not that religious, so if people identify me as a Jew, I don't really care that much. But if I were more religious, I'd probably be offended if people were identifying me as like, oh yeah, she's the Jewish girl.
No, I do not. I think religious stereotypes sort of are hidden under racial stereotypes, but not really blatant religious stereotypes.
I think sometimes. I think definitely, it goes back to like racism and how, it really, even though it's been dumbed down, like it's still there. It'll always be there. It's just differences in people that people, try to find and try to kind of pick at. It's definitely it's not as common, but of course, they are still there.
I don't feel like it needs to really play a role. I feel like it is definitely part of someone's personal identity if they want it to be, but it doesn't need to play a role or affect how someone thinks of you.
Schools should teach people about different religions, but not have like subjective biases on the different ones. Just kind of so people can know what other people practice.
Sometimes people don't call it religion, some people call it a relationship between them and higher being. So we have to be specific about what religion we're talking about because there's a lot of different religions out there. There's a lot of people believing in sort of the same things but not exactly the same thing. And I think that's a good topic to talk about, especially in the Head-Royce community. Shout out to Reed, shout out to Elias.
Why don't you start by telling me your names?
I'm Saul Zitter.
What's it like being in a family that celebrates both Christian holidays and Jewish holidays?
It's just so hard. I feel like my heart's being pulled in 2 different directions, and my dad wants me to go one way and my mom wants me to go another. And I mean, one day someone might use the menorah and just burn the Christmas tree down.